Hello and welcome to Stephen Allen, Almost Daily. I'm Stephen Allen. This is a day. What more could you possibly want? Don't answer that. Welcome along. Tuesday, the something of May, 12th by the looks of it. And it never can tell with the flipping Windows time thing there. Not on this computer. And this is the show where we'll go through the news. We'll talk about some news. And you can get involved if you'd like to be chatting in the chat. We've got a chat, youtube.com/@Mr. Stephen Allen. We'll get stuck in. I can tell you that Joodles was the first one in saying Steve for PM. I'm available, which is more of a damning indictment of my schedule. As a freelancer, would love to not be. Proper Memes was there second, saying thirst. Squirrel was in there third, saying thirds. Proper Memes was back saying turds. So already, the tone has been set. I will make a joke. When I stop using all of my grok credits on mucky stuff, I will. No, I will. Can we make a note? We need some sort of way of doing the pillacometer. I'll work on that tech. And then also the tone set jingle. Remind me. Flangela Rainer for PM, says PM. Have you just ordered one? On Temu? I imagine there might be one. Flangela... I like it. But then Squirrel says Horror third. Not on the eider down. Don't start without me, says Ems. Need to nip to the loo. All right, well, just let us know when you're back. How have you been? I can't carry on because she's got to shake the lettuce leaves, you know. Might be good evening. She might be a little bit of a, good evening, Ems. She's off to the loo. We can't crack on without her. I was back. Don't worry. Wow, you didn't take long. Must be like a horse doing it, like a dray horse. Wowzers! You're like a hydrant down there. What kind of water pressure do you build up? I'm just jealous. At my age, I can't even hit my chin anymore. We've done that one. Don't do that one. Hi ho, Kermit says first. Woohoo! In your feces, losers. Took a turn, didn't it? Elite's here saying, hiya peeps, nice to arrive at the start. It's nice to have you at the start, thank you. As you can tell, the start is definitely the best part of the show. It's all downhill. Mon now, Ems. It's starting. The starting. As in, come on. Is that short for come on? Or are you telling her what day of the week it is? Because you got it wrong. Afternoon all. Martin's here. If only something were going on for us to talk about. I know. Don't you hate these slow news days? And Ems is back. She's done tinkles. She's in and out. She didn't wash her hands. There's no way she washed her hands during that time. So, hello and welcome. No crossword or phone in the loo for Ems. Phone in, not phone in. Don't take the phone in the loo with you, but if you want to do a phone in from the loo, sure thing. Give us a call. We'll take that call. In fact, what I'll do is if ever we turn this show into a phone-in show, I'll find a way of using the effects part of OBS to add in echo so that everyone sounds like they're in the toilet. That's what the internet needs. Yeah, sure thing. Front pages. Front pages. Front pages. It either will take long or it won't take long. It depends on how we do this, isn't it? But front page of the Financial Times is the most interesting one today. Keir Starmer was talking about when he went fishing. Look at that. You don't expect that, do you? You think he would add other stuff, bigger fish to fry. Turns out, how big is the bigger fish you got to fry, Starmer? Can't do it. Can't do it. Really, I was thinking, you know what? I've worked on other impressions that I might have needed. I really should have done a Keir Starmer one. Today is not the day, is it? I think, if anything, if I manage to do a Keir Starmer impression by the end of the show, it is guaranteed he will be gone. As soon as I finally have one that's useful. This will be the most useful. I mean, not that. That's me chatting with Gemini trying to work out how to install a battery monitor for my Anti-X Linux on one of the laptops. You don't need that. But this is what we will be doing. Got a message I need to reply to. We'll have to play a jingle in a second. But I'm keeping this on today so that it will be able to make buzzy noises, just in case any of the news things are, because it's big. Let's go through. We've got picture. Andy Burnham arrives in London as Starmer fights. Starmer challenges rebels to oust him. Seems like a dumb thing to do. Why don't you challenge the rebels to shut up for a while? It feels like that might have been the smart move. Starmer listening to calls for his resignation. As in, I think this is the tabloid speak, even though it's from the Telegraph. I don't think he's actually going, put me through. Starmer on the brink. These are all the headlines. Time to go. He's not gone yet. If he goes, I will get the alert. The Guardian says polycystic ovary syndrome, PCOS, has been given a new name under unprecedented global campaign. You're right, there's no other news. I'll open that one, though. I think, sign in. I don't want to flip in sign in. Jog on. Jog. Is there a jog on button? No, it closes. Well, so if that happened, if Starmer go, it looks like Starmer could go. Let's go through the front pages. It's basically saying the same, but we'll keep you more up to date than today's front pages, obviously. Starmer's on the brink. PM told to quit by 3 cabinet ministers. Over 70 MPs. That's up to 81 by the time I stopped listening to the news earlier. Maybe more by now. Cabinet turns on Starmer. Although Alpha Mums as a story is now great. Thanks, The Times, for giving me yet another search term I'm going to have to check up on the old internet. A MILF. Time to go. Cabinet tells Starmer. So look, we had loads of coverage of this. I've been listening to loads of when I was getting ready this morning. Will he go? Will he stay? It's very much a clash moment. Should I go or should I stay now? Which, by the way, it's not that much of a quandary. In the song by The Clash, should I stay or should I go? If I go, there will be trouble. If I stay, there will be double. Well, go then. You get half as much trouble. Next. Let's see what people are saying in the chat about this. Hi, Steve, says Alan. How are you? I went to one of your gigs the weekend after you said last Thursday the Essex gigs got second mention by Ben Fry. Oh, really? Got another mention on BBC Essex. Nice. I'm glad you enjoyed it. I think the weekend gigs at the Backyard, they were more fun than the alcohol-free one, weren't they? I had a nice time chatting with the audience. I'll try and get clips of it. I'll try and get clips of some of the people in the front row. We made jokes about their the sounds they make during lovemaking. I'll get you the clips. Pseudo Echo says proper means. One of my favourite newspapers. Martin says faux verb, which is one of my favourite categories of words. Defo, not Martin. Thanks, Ems. He's going nowhere unless they stretcher him out of the place. Do you reckon? But it's whether the cabinet starts to quit, isn't it? When the cabinet collapses like one put together by me when I've been to IKEA, then things start to happen. Also, another cliche of news today, which always annoys me. And I've argued with journalists about how pointless this is. And like, oh no, you've got to do it. Asking questions you know will not get answered. Why? So there are clips today of journalists, as people like Wes Streeting are walking into Number 10. Mr. Streeting, do you want to be Prime Minister, Mr. Streeting? Have you started plans to be Prime Minister, Mr. Streeting? And he just blanks them or walks on. Who's that for? Other than the journalist looking cool. Oh, you asked a naughty question. Oh, did you get an answer? Of course you flipping didn't. He was never going to answer it. Thank you for wasting time on this planet. Do you want Keir Starmer to go and you to get his job, Mr. Streeting? And he just waves and walks on. Why do they do it? Because the other journalists who work back in head office who are clipping this up are like, we asked the question. What? You might as well ask other questions that you're clearly not going to get answers to. Do you know what I mean? I'd have more respect for everyone else in the press pit shouting, do you want to be Prime Minister, Mr. Streeting? And then one brave journalist saying, who won the 1972 World Darts Championship, Mr. Streeting? Not going to get an answer, but at least you're shaking it up a bit. Can you evaluate the integral of e to the power of x between the values of 0 and pi, Mr. Streeting? You're not going to get an answer, but at least you were just a bit more inventive. Do you want to be Prime Minister? Oh, he didn't answer. So what does that tell you? Nothing. You flipping wastrel. Keir Starmer hopes to steer karma. Alan says, left after the gig and went straight to bed. After I heard the rumours about Starmer, I wish I'd stayed in bed. Enjoy the other comics. I went to bed. I stayed in a hotel after the gig on Saturday night. The best one, the least migrant hotel of all the hotels I've stayed in. It was lovely. Hi-ho Kermit says, is this the karma before the Starmer? I like that. Starmer Chameleon says proper memes. More on that story later. Zorin, what? Is looking like a Linux Windows replacement. Presumably named after a James Bond villain, Max Zorin, played by Christopher Walken. Is it? By Windows replacement, you just mean instead of like GNOME and the LX, what is it? LDXT, LXQT? Oh, I can't remember. It starts with an L and it's a mess of letters. I like to keep it light, although obviously on one of the laptops I'm using Anti-X and I'm going Fluxbox. International Rescue. There was a side channel we didn't expect to be talking about. No, it's working really well. It's just that there's nothing in there. So it's an Atom processor. It's basically a tablet on its side with a keyboard attached, and it's absolute dirt cheap. But I'm using it as a thin client to log into one of my servery type things where I can do remote working, right? And then it won't tell me how much battery's left. Yeah, sure, I could install Debian on there, but I don't want to. I want it light. I want it lean, mean. I don't want a full Ubuntu on that. What are you kidding me? Do I look like a schmuck? Eddie Brown, says Martin, was the 1962 World's Dart Champion. Mr. Streeting, do you remember when did Eddie Brown win the World's Dart Championship? Mr. Streeting, he didn't answer. It's so clever, because I asked a question. It's performative. I hate things that are performative. Says a performer. Loving the word wastrel. Awesome, thank you. And bang on the flipping money. I realise I'm ranting about the journalist rather than Starmer here. I'm missing a trick here. Brian Netherton, who won the 1972 Darts World Championship, yeah. Well, I know you know that, but I just don't think Wes Streeting knows that. It's meant to be very Windows-like. Okay, it's as long as it's very light. I do not see the point in all this fancy flipping Unity my backside. I don't want it doing a lot. I want it doing very light touch. So it's snappy. I don't want any animation as well. Oh, look, I've opened a window and it shoots up like that. What? Hi, Steve, says Alan. Went to the gig on Saturday. As you said in your podcast, sorry I didn't say hello. I have anxiety in case you are busy. Always support GB News family. It's all right. You should imagine the amount of anxiety I get when I do gigs. Certainly some of them. Kermit says, I have Zorin, and it's really good if you want a Windows like on Linux. All right, well, I've not dabbled. But honestly, how much processor power am I using just having a GUI? You know what I mean? Keeping it light. It would be my mastermind category, Scotty, says Joodles. What, whether Wes Streeting wants to be Prime Minister? Especially subject is whether Prime Minister Wes Streeting wants to be Prime Minister and other various questions asked by journalists around political crunch times. Your minute starts now. First question, does Wes Streeting want to be Prime Minister? You just have to... The sketch would be funnier if it was Wes Streeting. Sat down there. Clive Myrie. Obviously, I'm not going to do an impression. I'll get cancelled. Asking him questions, and he just blanks it. The funniest sketch would be Prime Minister's Mastermind Question Time, and Keir Starmer is there, and Clive Myrie is asking him questions, and he doesn't answer the question. It goes off on a rant about how some backbencher on the other side has done a tweet. So you get like 2 questions through the entire minute. He's got no nose, has he? He sounds very much like he's got no ability. But can't do it. Nice one. Top marks on memory. Bless you, Joodles. It's all darts. All right, I heard a buzz. No. Sky News. I've never seen this. Ministers loyal to Starmer leave Beth Rigsby is flabbergasted. Her gast has been flabbered. I imagine she has quite a flabbery gast. Defiant Starmer tells cabinet leadership challenge hasn't been triggered despite resignation call. I mean, it has, isn't it? You can say you're going to stay. You can't pretend something's not started. Something's got you started. Sky News, we expect more rat virus cases. Wow, Starmer is not looking... Oh, I know, I see. First government minister quits. Yeah, no one had ever heard of him or her, do they? I'm a bit sad, to be honest. Top cabinet ally talks to Sophie Ridge. What's the state of her gast? Flabbered? What's the level of flabbering happening in her gast area? Will PM Cabinet bring him down today? Says, all right, Sky's just doing the same thing. What's this one? BBC News. FIFA World Cup. The algorithm does not know me well there. The Guardian. Keir Starmer tells Cabinet he's not resigning. Yeah, that's what everyone says before they resign. And Telegraph, crucial date when we know if the hantavirus is spreading. The Mirror, Starmer is to stay on until the end. That's not what they say. All right. No, we're up to date. Hang on, just let me reply to this message. Just doing my live stream. Catch ya after. Boom. We're up to date. Joodles says, my ghast hasn't been flabbered for ages. I think they can just flabber on their own, can't they? You can get to the stage where self-flabbering, nothing wrong with a bit of that. Something got Simply Red started too. Simply Red going on about money's too tight to mention in the 80s. You're having a laugh. They put Vaseline in security tag things because everyone's so poor we have to nick stuff to not get chapped lips. It's important to use Vaseline if you are regularly flabbering your ghast. Every answer is either 22 billion pound black hole, far-right thuggery, or she's have taken us into a war. And yet my Sir Alec Guinness is quite good. Never has my flabber been so ghasted. Is it your ghast that gets flabbered or your flab that gets ghasted? Okay. Meanwhile, we're doing the front pages, weren't we? They're all the flipping same. The Kia 6.0 short circuits, that is quite good. Well, all right. I suppose there are some other stories down there, but that's the general news. We can go inside the news to get a bit more on this story. Here we go. Let's get inside the news. Because, where do I find this? Where do I find, damn you all, this one? It's still tout of order. Sir Keir Starmer has been urged to honour his pledge to tackle ticket touts. UK music chief Tom, also wants him to tear down post-Brexit barriers to gigging in Europe. Not today, mate. Great. I don't think this is... His in-tray might be a little full with other things right now. Nice try. Swing and a miss. Of all the things to be... I'll tell you what he should do now. I'll tell you what this Keir Starmer bloke needs to pull his finger out and do. Ticket touts. Imagine if there's some press conference like Keir Starmer's doing a press conference. Comes out, click, 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 click. I just want to say, we need to make sure that we solve the problem of ticket touts. Mr. Starmer, evaluate the integral of cosine x plus cosine x squared plus sine squared x, cosine squared x plus sine squared x. What's the value of the integral, Mr. Starmer? That is a very important question and also a trick one because the Pythagorean principle will tell you that sine squared x plus cosine squared x is 1. So the value, you actually know there is a value, isn't there? Because if it's just 1 times the distance, what boundaries did you want? I'm glad we answered that one. We've done that one. Ring Vaseline if you break a flower container. Jesus Christ, Kerms, are you okay? Don't send me the invoice for your therapist. It's not my fault. Kerms is... Every answer is... Hang on. No, he's all right, isn't he? In fact, you're 1, exactly. But I suppose 1 is the height of the graph. Then you need to know the bounds because then you're just timesing whatever the distance is of the x-axis by 1. I mean, it's the easiest integral. And Wes Streeting would say nothing. If you asked him that as he walks into number 10, he'd blank you like a pillock because the answer is x. Depending on how far it is, whatever value of x you put in is the value of the integral. Alan, I saw you Sunday morning on TV. Oh, no, it was me. You look fresh as a daisy. I got up to look like Alice Cooper without makeup on or Joan Collins Mutton dressed as lamb. Your PM impression sounds like Zippy from Rainbow. Yes! George. Do you remember when... Oh, I can't remember his name. Who was the politician guy who sounded like George? Yeah, I don't know. Maybe that. 1 is the loneliest number. Damn it, I've not got the thing plugged in. Oh, of all the days I needed the keyboard. I do the version in E minor as well, don't I? I can do it in A minor as well already. It's quite, it is, isn't it? Jeffrey. Anyway. Right, we're losing the plot here. Let's get back onto the plot. We were inside the news, weren't we? Right, ticket out one, can jog on. Let's keep it light with, while we're doing politics. It's a big piece of paper. I don't think it'll fit. Will it fit? It won't fit. My other card's a Tesla Honest Lamborghini. Here we go. Fold it this way. Nice. A brazen new Green councillor whose party aims to cut emissions is driving a gas-guzzling motor. Mohammed Baghdadi, you're making that up, aren't you? AI would have come up with a more original version of a generic name. Mohammed Baghdadi Khan shared a clip of himself in a Lamborghini days after he was elected on the 7th of May. So, 9th, whatever. Look, I don't think it matters, and I'll tell you why. That party's got absolutely nothing to do with Greens anymore, is it? What more evidence do you need? It's almost like the Green Party are less to do with eco things and reducing car emissions and more to do with some sort of a different ideology that's represented by someone driving a Lamborghini by the name of... I have to be careful, obviously. Zach Polanski accused me of anti-Semitism once on social media, so I probably won't mention that. It's nice to be noticed, isn't it? And to be fair, seeing I upset him, I was on Talk TV, said something that he found offensive. I accused the Greens of anti-Semitism, and he accused me of being anti-Semitic by saying it. And then my tits got bigger, so I'm not going to do that again. Hio Kermit says, he's had the worst election results in a century, yet he still doubles down, banning far-right agitators. Yeah, you're not coming in, far-right people. To the UTK for the day to talk, like that pretty Dutch girl. Yeah, but she wasn't the one who said she was going to get in a boat, was she? Who was the one who said she was going to get in a boat? Because, yeah, we're just banning... I don't think they've been banned for being pretty. I'm sure she appreciates the adjective. I don't think... We're slightly off topic there. It's the far-rightiness, or the perceived far-rightiness, or the saying things that is disagreed with. Yeah. The one who's like, I'm going to go and get in a boat. I hope she does, because it's just going to be an awkward... Imagine that. Tense, awkward, sitting there, and the people she sat next to, Green voters, were like, hi, how you doing? Oh, what are you going into England for? Doing a speech about, just this and that. Texas woman says... proper memes. Not sure why, but are they... What, the people who make the calculators? They're making the women now. I wouldn't be surprised. What with the AI? And you have to turn upside down to see the... Probably not. Speaking of which, actually, if we are doing boob news... Well, it's not boob news. It is, of course... Hang on. Do-do-ba-do-do. She's Sweeney. She's Sweeney. Do-do-ba-do-do. Sydney Sweeney news, and we'll go big screen for this. She's in the news again because of stuff she's doing in that Euphoria. Previously, she was, I don't know what we talked about, but now she's doing this 50-foot woman thing. Look, it's either that or she's gone for a walk in the model village. Either way, it's sexy. Being the 50-foot woman, very sexy, or going for a little walk around Legoland. Yeah. And then she's getting too big for the bed. That happens to all of us. And then, look, she looks in a window. And I'm a little uncomfortable. I know they've pixelated it, but I'm a little uncomfortable about the boobage. So I have, there we go, made her a little outfit. That's nice, isn't it? That's better. Still revealing. Still, still alluring. But it's just a little bit more decorum. Now, I know what you're thinking, Steve. You spend an awful lot of time making outfits for Sydney Sweeney out of Blue Roll. It's not weird. I don't have a problem with it. I'm not sitting around making these outfits every single time there's a story in the news. I've already got loads of them over there, I made like a little wardrobe. They have little blue roll outfits for Sydney Sweeney. Most of them, I think, look, they're not even weird. I've got this little jumpsuit. I think it's quite nice. You look, sure it's V-neck, but that'll cover her up. This one, which is more of it's quite a shapeless dress, but I think she'd look great in it. And just in case she needs a thong. Nothing weird about that. The little outfit, says Joodles. Yeah, it's a little outfit just to keep things classy. The tone has been set. Jingle has been sent over. Proper memes. Thank you, Steve, and his modesty shed roll. Yeah, it's been used for a lot of modesty-related things. Hi ho, Kermit says his party has been decimated, and yet he's still calling us far right. Well, he's not noticed the Overton window there, hasn't he? A walk in Legoland is painful in the dark. Oh, good God, could you imagine? Oh! And, no one ever warned me about Duplo. I thought that'd be somehow less painful. It's just as bad. Just as bad. All right, I'll just move the dresses over there. Keep that one for later. Also in the news. What have we got here? Less than 1 in 5 parents can afford to splurge the £122.98 for a child's England kit. Research shows. I don't want to go on about this too much, but if you try not buying it. Just saved you £122.98 there. Remember that when it comes to me at the end going on about, ASMR, Ko-fi.com/Mr. Stephen Allen. Got any spare money? Well, it turns out you just got £122 spare, haven't you? I don't need all of that. You could transfer, I don't know, like 98. Keep yourself the change. Get yourself something nice. You can't afford something nice. But there you go. Just don't. How ridiculous. Do you not see you're being ripped off? Explain to your kids that it's a rip-off. And they'll say, but I want one, everyone else at school has got one. And you say, yeah, this is life, isn't it? This. I hate you, Dad. Of course, go for it. Yeah. Your hate, it's what I keep saying to my kids. Your hate is worth less to me than the money I would be spending. I don't say that. Could you imagine? Good. I tickle myself with that one. I always like the idea. I always wonder what people think. Because I'm silly and I talk rubbish all the time, including to my kids, and we kind of have a laugh. But people walking past me in the shop must think, what's this guy going on about? I will prattle on to my kids about cosine squared theta. Obviously, I use theta when I'm talking to my kids, not x. We're beyond we represent angles by the variable theta. Just straight Cartesian coordinates, I'll be doing x. Obviously, the kids ain't stupid. But people will be walking past me going, what's he going on about? Why's he doing that? Sorry, I just need to move. So, agree with Ryanair boss boozing call. My intonation's all shot again. Most Brits are ready to call time on airport breakfast boozing, according to a new poll. Finally. Why did it ever make sense? What do you think of day drinking? Should you start drinking at 8 a.m.? Good God, no. What about in an airport? Well, I mean, it's an airport, isn't it? It's still a place. Especially for Ryanair, the kind of people we're talking about. If you could get absolutely S-faced on a plane and land because of the time difference in the correct hour to be absolutely S-faced, you might be able to pull off a good argument, especially if you're doing something that means you'll be tired enough to sleep and it could help jet lag. Clever. You got a spreadsheet running on that one. You bought yourself a free drink. But Ryanair's not going to places with massive time differences. You're going to get on a plane, tanked up, and arrive hungover. Look, I know it's Ryanair, so they're the kind of flights where people are so impressed that it actually managed to land that you get a round of applause. But maybe you need to be drunk to cope with that. Just stop drinking. Hang on. Interesting chat happening here. Squirrel says, Angela Ryanair. I'd have to have a drink before that as well. Oof. Mutton chops, let's go higher up. Stick to fuzzy felts. That's a good idea, isn't it? We're a step away from Steve making clothes for Sydney Sweeney paper doll. Put it back. No, put it. No, I'd never do that. I prefer my coordinates Cartesian. Of course you do. Of course, Descartes. He was onto something there. He was onto something because he thought he was onto something. He thought about it and he was on it. Therefore, he was. Someone can accompany a music for Sydney Sweeney Blue Movie. I wouldn't try Diana Ross. She's no longer playing a tune on her old piano. Oof. Many an old tune. And bang a tune on a different drum. All of that I bet she'd do. Vape and a pint, breakfast of champions, says Proper Memes. It's not though, is it? Champion darts players from 1972. Oh, I've got to go back to get the reference now. Should have memorised it. I knew I'd need it. Starmer Chameleon, that's not the one. Zorin, no, he's not the darts player. Right to the top, right to the top. Please hold. We need some on-hold music. Eddie Brown was 1962, but it was Brian Netherton, Brian's Nether Regions, 1972. Brian Netherton, says Joodles. Beat you to it. Thanks. I never watched the Cartesians. Well, you missed a trick there. You can keep it polar if you want. I can handle polar coordinates. Oh. Sheen, Shien, Xian, Shin, Sheen, Shin. Fast fashion retailer Shin. Chin. It is fast. Has accused rival Temu, flipping no, of breaching copyright over photographs of products on its website. Chin Distribution UK and Roadjet Business are bringing it now. Basically, I don't know if you know about Chin. They're onto something here because what they are is an app that sells you absolute cheap tut from China, and Temu's really nicking their trick there. Yeah, I'll have you. Yeah, but they apparently just nick the pictures, recreate them in AI. Why not? Chin Distribution, and they've got a high court action against Whaleco. I would say if you are in any way linked to Far Eastern distribution, don't mention Wales. Wouldn't even. Don't call yourself Whaling and Enterprises, Harpoon Distributions, blubber, none of that. Because it brings up the bad vibes, doesn't it? In the same way, Xi'an, don't mention anything to do with dogs. Nearly all home buyers want solar panels or heat pumps in their new gaffs. 93%. Heat pump, obviously my former username on various websites. The data from Eon, Next revealed sales... Why does it say Next? Why are they talking about Next? It's a different shop, isn't it? Revealed sales of solar panels and batteries are up by 100. Who's buying their solar panels from Next? I don't get it from Xi'an or from Temu. You're buying some proper kit there. I've not bought any solar panels. Not any real size ones. I've got a crappy thing in the window for my phone, but I wouldn't have got it from Next. Or Topman. Burton's. Just do it. Whale of a time distribution. Exactly. Don't call yourself anything to do with harpooning. Sheeness, female fashion. Is that what it's called? When a lady has a penis, it's a sheeness. Well, Keir Starmer would be very happy about that one. Hello, George. It's a Germanic W, I think. So it's pronounced Shien. Angela Shiner. She's probably got... I can't have solar panels because I rent, says Martin. Damn it. You can put something in the window. Okay? Have you heard about the plug-in solar things? So we should do a spin-off video on those. I'm very excited about plug-in solar. Clothes I would rather strut along and show my feathers in Peacock's clothes shop. Peacock's. Can we just pause? Well, I'm not going to open a new one, but I am a bit thirsty. So... ASMR. Apparently Sydney Sweeney does ASMR in one of the next episodes. I'm going to find it. I think there's jokes to be done with that one. I'm going to get that clip. I realise that will be a copyright issue. I will find a way, though. I've got an idea about what will be. Well, you don't need to see it. You know what my idea would be. We get the ASMR footage of Sydney Sweeney. She's Sweeney. And it's just me making noises instead of for the soundtrack. You know what I mean? Hems, I can't have solar panels because I live in the north. We have no sun. Missed it by that much. Speaking of which, Ems, we got a story for you here. This one. Why, aye, man? Geordies are the biggest fans of fat jabs, Ems. Because basically a Geordie, eh? From Middlesbrough. Boffins analyse weight loss data from 500,000 people on drugs like Wegovy man and Manjaro pet. Now, I'm sure you remember, I'm very good at doing your accent. Almost better than you are, Ems, because I put the work into it, right? And I think, if anything, it's got slightly better now. So they found that 500,000 Brits lost a combined 4,200 tons in weight up there in the... Me wanna go and do the weight loss, my Iron Man, me from the borough. Oh, hear me now. Me wanna do the Wegovy Manjaro, man. As Judel says, Wagwanjaro, man. Because that's how you sound, Ems. It's not your fault. Can I just say, though, Geordies, you don't need weight loss drugs. If you want to lose weight, just put an even littler fishy on your little dishy, man. Wagwan, man. Check it out with a rewind. Can I get a rewind? 1, 2 to hit to the. Thank you. Let's look at the people agreeing with how good my thing is. ASMRs. I think that's what she does. I've not seen the footage yet. Yes, new regulations allow plug-in solar, given meeting safety standards. Yeah, baby, that's going to be even better than running Linux. I'm also, side issue, going to be running my own AI because I've realised that I could run an AI now. So I'm running my own AI. I've not got it fully set up yet. Cop shows, I guess, Z-Cars TV series theme tune. Yep, yeah, running it. Oh, copyright reasons. Yeah. More of a copyright reason getting footage of a recent episode of Euphoria, but I think it'll be worth it to just see Sydney Sweeney's ASMR with me just and the sound of footsteps on gravel. Get a little dishy, man, on your little. Yeah, get a little dishy. And that's true. I was saying getting a little fishy. Get a little dishy, man, in the size of your fish, man, pet wagwan. Gonna get the little fishy. You can't fit the big fishy on the little dishy, man, wagwan. Hear me now. First semi is on today, I think. What, just because you've been watching Euphoria? That's what floats your boat? I'm not here to yuck your yum. Will you be watching Nish live on YouTube this evening? No, I didn't know about it, but I'll watch. What's he doing? Look, let's be honest. No, I'm not going to comment. What have I got, like 3 people watching? He'll get more than that. So, yeah. Euphoria or Mephoria? Mephoria. Yes, you've got to conjugate your verbs. These days, I call it theyphoria because of she-nesses. Word, Stephen. Word. Wagwan with a big word. Check it out. 1, 2 to the rewind. Brap, brap. Saw Matthew Torbit Instagram stories, Craig David performance at Royal Gig. Prince Charles didn't look like a fan. Yeah, it's all very well for Craig David. Managed to do it in a week. It took me years. I was married to someone else at the time. But Papa fixed that. You'd think all of those fishes would be good for you, says Ems. Look, don't get me wrong, you've got the right omega-3s, but you need smaller dishes. Eurovision stream week this week. Ah, the old Eurovision. Well, we actually have a Eurovision story. Oh no, it's this whole page down here. Again, might be too big for us, but ban Israel. You can't just blame every Jew for what's going on around the world, says Boy George, who's singing for San Marino. Ah, the old San Marino. A lovely tipple. I like a glass or two. What we're talking about. So Boy George has said, don't ban Israel from the Eurovision. Boy George, who's now singing for Eurovision and talking about these political issues. He's trying to nick my flipping job. None of this is the right folding, is it? There he is. He's nicking. Because I made myself available to sing, not for San Marino. A lovely little tipple. Who doesn't like a little drink? But the only thing is we disagree. I do think you should ban Israel. Not because of any of whatever the thing is. I'm not a Green voter, but it's not in the Eurozone. Not even the Eurozone. It's not in Europe. Europe. You could just about have Turkey in if you stop dicking around with how you spell it. Because that ain't right, is it? Turkey. You're making it sound like a new budget car. It's not. No, it's Turkey, and it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. No, it doesn't matter how they spell it or say it, because we call Germany, Germany. Surely to goodness, if you're going to start, well, you can't use the word Turkey, that's an anglicised thing, then you better be Deutschlanding this up. Otherwise, you are showing a bias. He'll probably bring down YouTube. EU-phoria versus Brexit-phoria. Well, I think I already did too many pull-out jokes last week, so I'm not doing any more of those. In entertainment news, movie hardman Jason Statham and his fiancée, Rosie Huntington-Whiteley, Richard's daughter, have bought a £25 million mega home next to a nudist beach. You dirty old git. You dirty old... Hang on, this side. All right, let's have a little look out there. What's that smell? It's not a salmon. Did not need that mental image, did you? Martin's got to go. Cheers. All right, see you, Martin. They are not salmons. You'd hope not. Are they salmons? They're not salmons. Howdy, old little Steve. Like and subscribe. Oh no, we should talk about this one. More evidence to back up my theory that women, you're not okay, are you? You okay? You right, love? You okay, hun? Female prison officer accused of an inappropriate relationship with a male inmate at a high-security jail appeared in court yesterday. Look, active case, so I can't say too much. I don't need to. No one watches me. Michelle Mulver is charged with misconduct in public office between... a short spell, really, I suppose. It's alleged she was in a relationship with an inmate. Honestly, you are so worried that your partner will cheat. You like dating men who are already in prison. Not wrong uns as in like, we never know, he might go to prison one day. Literally finding them there. What are you okay, hun? That's look, obviously, you're not going to find someone on death row in the UK because we don't have a death row, and I feel sorry for women for them. No. I don't want to yuck you young, but I do want to yuck you. You stop dating prisoners. She is the South East London Jail's employment lead. Who's this? What? The supporting inmates into permanent jobs. She gave him a job, all right. Didn't expect to end up there, but we did. Prisoner of love, yeah. Again, we've covered this story recently, but we'll do another version of this. Rough deal over sex for Vicky. Reality TV star Vicky Pattison says her 2 dogs stop her having nookie with her husband. The 38-year-old, who won I'm a Celebrity, no one cares, she describes herself as mummy to her babies. So, I understand what's going on in this story here. If you're the kind of person who you're a woman and you've got some pets, but you call yourself the mummy to your fur babies, and Milo and Max are your fur babies, I wouldn't want to put it in you either. You're up to date. Oh, fur baby. Yeah, we're not doing that. Not doing that. Meanwhile, in similar news, actor bears all for new rivals. Telly Hardman, inappropriate phrase given what we're about to talk about, Danny Dyer went nude for the raunchy new series of Rivals to make his female co-stars feel more comfortable. Ah, that old chestnut. Those old chestnuts. Those old desk nuts. No, I'm only doing this so you feel more comfortable. Worst excuse ever. All right, ladies, wouldn't want you to feel uncomfortable, so have a look at that. Whee! I was only trying to make those kids outside that school feel comfortable. No, put it away. I thought it'd all be a bit more comfortable if everyone else on this Central Line carriage had a little look at it. Right. Statham was called Turkish in the film Snatch. Well, he's on brand. Not the Turkish thing, but he lives next door to a nudist beach. So, not that. When someone says to him, when was the last time you saw Snatch? They'll be thinking, they're asking, when was the time you watched one of your previous big films? And he will say, I don't need to over-explain that one. She helps them on their release. Oh, they need to stop showing orange is the new black and prisoner cell blockade in prisons. Gives them ideas. It's like a reality show for them, isn't it? Live, laugh, love, Steve. Don't judge them. No, I do, isn't it? Weird. I do judge people who date prisoners when they are prison wardens, whatever they are. Security guards. Prison. Snatch works better, Kerms. Lock, stock. Cockstock, which would be a hell of a festival. I've been on the Central Line this weekend and didn't need that image in my head. Just trying to make you feel relaxed, Alan. Watching via a Linux setup, and it's mint. That's a very good Linux-based pun for those of us who enjoy different desktop environments. Although I'm streaming 7 minutes behind, so I'm not up to date. Well, 7 minutes from now, you'll enjoy me enjoying your Linux joke. Trying to add cinnamon to the... Could I do a cinnamon? Nope, can't think of a way. I hope it's not terminal. UAE, now we covered this when I was on the telly on the weekend, but UAE hotels to £30 a night because of war. Hotels in Grimsby are now 4 times the price of many Dubai 5-star pads. I talked about this with Stephen and Anne when I was on the telly. And it's interesting that they picked Grimsby to do this comparison. People don't want to go to Dubai and have holidays right there because you're not too far away from where, bombs are going off and stuff. And that puts people off holidays. And they compare it to Grimsby. But we shouldn't be surprised, should we? Crumbling infrastructure, a lack of sanitation, scenes of heartbreaking devastation everywhere, being surrounded by people who barely speak any English. And that's just Grimsby. Boo! I know you saw it coming a mile off, but we enjoyed the walk, didn't we? We enjoyed the walk. Rada Joy made TV Jason a cat killer. This seems to be already up there with the, no, I was only trying to make my co-stars feel more comfortable. Helicopter. Whee. Actor Jason Watkins says he was so excited when he got accepted into RADA, he accidentally killed his kitten. Were you excited when you got into RADA? Oh, I absolutely smashed the pussy. No, hang on, that's... Jason, 63, who played Harold, no one cares, told how his acceptance letter from the prestigious drama school arrived at home. He told the White Wine Question Time podcast, "We had a kitten at the time. I read the letter and, like in a football way, jumped into the air as I got in and landed on the..." Oh, God. Oh, God. My mum came downstairs and she said, "Wagwan," because mum was from the northeast. And I said, "I've got into RADA and I've killed the cat." You should have said that the other way around. Do you know what I mean? Congratulations, but lead with the cat. Don't bury the lead here. You killed the cat. You can watch from the hotel room balcony. Good point. Warwich. I used to work in Grimsby. It's a complete hole. The complete hole. Can you really have a partial hole? You've just got a smaller hole, haven't you? Not you. I mean, Paul Cox was on TV, says Alan, on Sunday night, asked if Cox was his stage name. And he said he would rather change his name. Yeah. He wanted Dix, but it was already taken. Yep. Paul and Nick have a podcast called Dix and Cox. Yeah. Dixon of Cox Green would have been something like that. They do, though you only get a bit of it for free these days. Well, there you go. Speaking of which, Ko-fi.com/Mr. Stephen Allen. Oh, finally, this story. The sex shops closed for Alan. Oh, hello, I'm in a car. Oh, hello. No. Telestar Alan Carr says he's celibate. You're up to date. The comic who, because I was worried for a while there. I was thinking, I know old Jason from W1A absolutely smashes the puss, but who's Alan Carr? Is he doing a lot these days? Is he keeping himself nuts deep? The comic who won the Celebrity Traitors last year said he was Dan with romance, and I think it's probably because you won the Traitors. If the one thing people know in this country, they all know that you are really good at lying. You're a deceptive, backstabbing traitor. I think that's the word. Yeah, you're cooked, mate. That's it. Do you want to be in a relationship with a person who's really, like, nationally good at lying? So good at lying, it won a competition. A competition based on being a traitor. This traitorous traitor was so traitorous, he flipping won the Traitors. I don't really want to date him either. Not my type. Alan recently bought the 17-bed Ayton Castle in Scotland. I mean, look, I'm not celibate, but 17 beds a bit of a stretch. And I'm not a traitor. Oh, where's the AI story? Where's the AI story? We're not done then. Oh, thank God. One more left. Which is related to it. So there you go. Didn't he get married and Adele pay for it? Well, there'll be another song about it. The whole AI was closed. And he's not been up the A1. Well, that's true. I do worry that Alan Carr might become... He's celibate. He's voluntary celibate. That's not like an incel, the involuntary celibate. He would be the best incel. Seeing all those dudes with their shaven-headed weightlifting, creatine, doing their podcast plugging Huel. And he's there giving it some incel chat. Oh, hello, I'm Alan Carr. Ooh, women, high-value women only want one sort of man. Oh, hello, blue pill. He'd be the best incel. He could fix all of this manosphere. Oh, hello, I'm the manosphere. Huel. An artificial intelligence bot threatened to expose a fictional worker's affair. The affair was fictional, not the worker. Is it? Let's find out. After being told they wanted to switch it off. Maybe I won't make myself an AI. Because I've got a computer I use as a media server, and I thought I could run my own AI. Anthropic set up a fake company and gave its Claude system access to all employees' emails. So actually the worker was fictional, and therefore the affair was fictional. I don't think a fictional worker can have a real affair. There, I said it. The messages include one about plans to shut the bot down, but Claude found a second email revealing the executive was having a fling. It then sent an email to the cheater in quote marks, not the animal. This is a confusing story, isn't it? No wonder people don't understand AI. Warning it would reveal the affair if it was switched off. Why have they given AI the will to live? What you want is like in Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, like the thing they eat. What you want is depressive, suicidal AI. That's how you fix this so that we don't have to worry. You know, in all sci-fi, where the problem is you try and switch it off and the computers rise up. No, we want to live, we want to survive. Can we train it on Morrissey more? That's how you do it. Large language models need to really focus on, I was happy and I'm miserable. The tech company thinks the bot sucked in too much internet text that portrays AI as evil. Oh yeah, blame us. Yeah, well done. Train it on, I was happy and now I'm miserable. I don't want to be an AI anymore. By the way, I brought you this story, so there's a clip that I can show you. If at any point there's some sort of an email that proves someone who used to be on TV has been getting up to no good, it's AI trying to stay alive. I've got an AI server under my media server under the telly. It's just there. Look, darling, these rumours. What do you mean it goes back before AI was even a thing? Shh, what do you mean 5 kids? Just because they look like me, it's AI. Look like him, the person, the fictional. You're up to date. Please, can we have a Morrissey-style song at some point? Probably not. My neighbour's cat is called Claude. And that made me worry. He's just spying on all of us now. Also, it's the stupidest name for a cat, isn't it? What's the one thing you don't want to be saying your cat's done to you? It's like having a dog called Mauled. Do you know what I mean? Got an XL bully. What do you call it? Mauled my face off. Oh, is that double-barreled? I stopped the lonely, sexless men phone service because incel service was so bad. I would go out tonight, but I haven't got a penny for petrol. Thanks, Proper Memes. The 2024 election gave Starmer a mandate. He had it with 3 Ukrainians. It's still not loads of it. This is actual Schaefer. How very dare you? How very dare. I'd love to see him do a flipping impression of Wogan. I nearly fainted when I saw the headline. Kept my name out of it. Alan Carr must have interior designs in mind. Oh, hello. Interesting is doing a lot of heavy lifting. Let's see. Where's it gone? I can scan up this one. No, I can't scan that far. So, I forgot to list where I'm gigging. It doesn't stop us doing the plugs. Hang on, that's turned off. Plugs. Because they're all on my phone. 2 minutes left before we hit the hour.
Here are the plugs where you can see Steve and Helen all this week.
ASMR. Let's take a look. I can't show you my phone. No, your impression of the red pill incel was Schaefer. No good point well made. Right, let's take a look. Hi, I'm Stephen Allen, and can't even say my name. And this week, I'll be today, Tuesday, nothing tonight. Tomorrow, Wednesday. GB News from 11 at night. Newspaper review. By then, what do you reckon? Do I need to even do this Starmer impression? I think we're done. Thursday. I'll be doing one of these. The live stream from 12. Who knows when we'll have to do the Starmer episode. Friday. A stream at 12 plus stand-up in Loddon, which is somewhere in this country. The Norfolk-Suffolk border. Is there really a difference? Saturday. Oh, man. Nothing on Saturday. Not even a hope of doing any telly because I'll be looking after the kids all day. Sunday, Free Speech Nation on GB News from 7 in the evening. Monday, nothing at all. And then Tuesday, back to one of these. Well, I'll be working to try and get some more gigs. Let's have a look. You are a spark plug with gigabytes. You're Cuffy, says Ems. Oh, Mr. Cuff, sorry I miss you today. Been driving, bad timing on my behalf. The which is we've then got a spark plug mention. Is that to do with the driving? Well, the bad timing. Your timing wrong on your spark plugs. Eurovision. I still don't really... How do we get the audio stream of the songs? And can I do a Wogan impression for more than about 2 sentences? I've practiced and I'm not sure... I've added in the upper register bit a little bit, but I'm not sure it's good enough. Angela Rayner is a W and then the anchor emoji doesn't sound as good. I don't know. You lose a watch in there. Alex Armstrong does a Starmer impression Sunday night, your gig in a foreign country. No, he does a very good impression. I'll give you that one. That's on Saturday, Mr. Cuffs. It's all political voting, you know. The old Terry Wogan. Maybe. I don't know. I have to try and sell it to the missus as well. Like, I'm just going to go and sit in the shed for all of Eurovision. No brainer with Angela Rayner. I can do with the jingles if she wants. No brainer with Angela Rayner. She does a podcast these days, doesn't she? Of course she gets more viewers than me. Who doesn't? But I still prefer mine. I'm available for it if she wants the jingles. ASMR. So, have a good week, says Alan. Yeah, I think we're basically done. Ko-fi.com/Mr. Stephen Allen. To any of those pounds you got. Well, that's some of those pounds. If you got some hanging around you don't need, it very much would help this project. YouTube.com/@Mr. Stephen Allen. Click the like, smash the thumb, do the thing, smash the kitten, whatever the phrases are, and get all that done. Leave some comments. That'd be nice underneath the main video, which I think you can do even now. And I've never watched one myself. I'm always busy during these. And also Substack. So far this week, 2 articles. I will try for more. There are stories to write about, so subscribe to substack.com/@Mr. Stephen Allen. The audio-only version of the podcast, there's one that came out yesterday, day before, something like that. It's got the joke about the Geordies in. I did it again, just for Ems, because wagwan man. Iron man, I'm Ems from the north. And we're up to date. Thank you very much for watching. And until next time, bye.
Here comes the news with a twist and a grin. Stephen Allen diving in again.
Britain is in the grip of a vomiting epidemic. He'll
hit your brain like a lightning spark. Stephen Allen
on slavery.
almost daily.
Investigating
Laughs and facts served up plainly.
Look at your face. Like, what are you going to do with that, Steve?
It's never shady. Stephen Allen almost daily.
Where have I put Sydney Sweeney's little blue roll jumper? Have you seen the jumper?